Our next stop on the Terminator Tour will be in the city of Berkeley, and it will be about Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels is a program which has been around since 1987. It today provides about 2,000 meals to individuals who are homebound, seniors, those who are physically challenged, the elderly, and that program is one of many that will be devastated and cut by those decisions being made in Sacramento. Our next stop on the Terminator Tour will be at the home of Mary Ann Salmon, a recipient of Meals on Wheels. She will talk to you about how important this program is to her, how vital it is to her, and what these impacts and cuts will mean to her, and the termination of many of those programs.
A little short biography of Mary Ann Salmon. Born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi in the year of 1946. I am a Christian. I have one sister, three aunts, which they all reside in Mississippi. I am the only resident here in my family from the South. So, my children all live here in the Bay Area. Matter of fact, I have a daughter that lives on the 5th floor here in the building. My son is a medical assistant. My daughter works for Medi-Cal. And the other daughter is a teacher's assistant. So we're just one big happy family. I've been here at Harriet Tubman Terrace for like 17 years. I've been in the Bay Area since 1964. I worked at Safeway Bakery. I was in the bakery division in Richmond at the distribution center. I became disabled, so I had to leave the workforce. I started Meals on Wheels like 2.5, 3 years ago. I love it. I love it. Being that I'm sort of disabled, I don't do that much cooking. My girls cook for me. So I decided to take the meals because with them working, like this time of day, I'm here by myself. And they're all at work, so I was told about it, and I decided to give it a try, and I've been getting it ever since then. The lady that comes on Monday, she's very nice. So we chat for a few minutes. But all of them are very friendly. And most times I have them to put it on the table with being on the walker. And they're always very nice. Yeah, they're very nice. And because of the budget cuts, they decided to discontinue on Wednesdays. So they bring your Wednesday meal on Tuesday. I like the food because it doesn't have all that seasoning in it. Everybody can't enjoy or eat the seasoning. So I like it because of that. And with being on dialysis 3 times a week, it comes in very good for me. It's a hot meal. Sometimes it's a cold salad. It's very nutritional, so you get your little fruit for your dessert, and your thing of milk and your juice. So it's very nutritional. The cost factor, it's okay with me. They send you out a bill monthly, and sometime I can try and pay the whole amount for the 30-day period, but they also ask you, if you can't afford it, just send something. It would impact me because that would mean that I would basically have to prepare me a lunch myself, or have one of my girls to come and prepare me something for for my lunch. Unless they had some friends to come and prepare their meals, they would sort of be downhill, because it is a big help. It's a tremendous help for the ones that didn't have anyone to prepare for them. there are people in the building that just barely makes it. They don't have anyone to depend on, so my heart goes out to them. Whenever I can, I always try to help. If it's nothing but give up a loaf of bread or some cold cuts or something, because some people is just barely making it. And I am a little bit more grateful because of my kids. My message to him would be stop cutting the seniors and disabled. I think it's hard enough to try to survive on a once a month paycheck. And seems like each cut that he throws out, it's always on the seniors and disabled. And the poor, So I realize we have to deal with the cuts also, but it just seems like it's a little bit harder on the ones that's getting a paycheck once a month and have to survive on it. I did hear Schwarzenegger mention about the in-home program. Mm-hmm. He thinks that's fraudulent, but I don't know of anyone that's trying to fraud the system. I think now I'm on the in-home program. One of my daughters is my caretaker, and she comes in and she just about does everything for me. So I don't really know of anyone that's trying to fraud the system, So yeah, it's a lot of fraud in politics. It always has been and probably always will be, because there's so many of them going on the cruises and they got the big mansions and they're driving the best of cars, whereas you got people out here eating out the garbage can. So yeah, I do. I really do. And we're watching the news every day, it shows. So many of them is cheating on their wives and just doing some of everything. Once this recession is over, hopefully everything will get a little brighter for everyone. Except for the ones that's got a lot of money, and they're not in a recession no way, so they could care less what happened. Maybe we could just continue to talk to them. But with them having the money, we just continue to talk. And with the programs, maybe they won't cut them all where everybody will be in a rut, So I think my thing would be to continue to talk and protest. But I don't know if they even notice the protesters out there when they're protesting, But maybe when my grandbaby or my great-grand gets older, she can see a difference, and I can sit back in the rocker and tell her about now how we're having to barely survive,